If you are in your 30s and waiting for the right moment to start something new, you're waiting for the wrong season. Not January, not your birthday. A regular Monday will do. That's the day I booked my first piano lesson in July and told absolutely no one. Nobody asked why in the summer. Nobody's watching closely enough to ask. Think about January. January is performative. It forces you to make a whole production out of starting over. There are declarations, tracking, spreadsheets, journals, and this ambient social pressure to prove to everyone that you're finally fixing your life. But in July is a seasonal blind spot. Nobody asks why you started a new routine. Nobody cares if you picked up a random hobby. People just do things in the summer. It gives you the chance to try something new without explaining yourself to anyone. Here's the thing about your 30s. January doesn't work anymore. You've tried January. We've all tried January. The gym is packed, the journal is new, and by February 12th, you are the same person with slightly more guilt. Because the winter reset is built on shame, and that's a terrible foundation for anything, let alone rebuilding a life you actually want to live in. But in your 30s, that shame hits different. It's a confirmation that the person you were supposed to become by now is never showing up. January doesn't ask you to start over. It asks you to admit you failed. And by 30-somethings, you're tired of admitting it. Summer doesn't carry that weight. It's not a threshold. It's not a new year. It's a season that just shows up. The days get longer, the light changes, and without meaning to, you feel a little more capable of doing things you've been putting off since November. So here's what I would argue. Summer gives you something no other season does. Permission to start small without making it a whole identity. You don't have to post a carousel about your healing journey. You can just book a piano lesson on a Tuesday and go to a fitness class on the next day and work on your business on a Saturday. And none of it feels like a comeback. It just feels like a regular day. And that's the point. The best reset doesn't feel like a reset. It feels like a Tuesday. The stuff I'm doing right now, none of it was planned in January. I just showed up. And the only reason any of it happened is because I stopped treating it like a deadline. That being said, nobody tells you how weird it is to be a beginner in your 30s. I booked a piano lesson, my first one ever, as an adult. Not because I wanted to perform or post covers. I just heard a piece of music one night and I thought I want to play that with my own hands. I'm doing it because something in me still wants to reach for things that don't have a payoff. I also want to learn how to swim, actual swimming, so I'm going to. And I started hiking. The kind where you show up and other people are there, and your body moves and nobody's tracking anything or calling it a journey. That's the thing about checklists. I've spent my whole life doing things because they were next on the list. School, career, milestones, all of it. All of it done on time, all of it done well, and none of it brought me any fulfillment. Now I'm working a full-time job, I'm building a business, and some days it's overwhelming, and I think I can't add one more thing to my plate. And then I go to a weightlifting class on Thursday night, and I remember, this isn't on the plate, this is the plate. The stuff I'm doing for me, the things that don't check any box, that's the actual life. Everything else is just keeping the lights on. Even when it's hard and I'm tired and the ache is still there, the difference is I'm not waiting for the ache to leave. I'm living until it does. My birthday passed recently, and I used to treat birthdays like deadlines. Another year gone. Another year where I didn't become the person I was supposed to be by now. Here goes my youth. But this year I didn't spiral. I just let it pass. And then the next day, I went to a fitness class again. Summer has a way of reminding you that the world keeps cycling. Just a season doing its thing, and you somewhere in the middle of yours, whether you're ready for it or not. So if you are in your 30s and you've been waiting for a sign, here's what I would offer. Pick one thing, not 3, not a summer bucket list. One thing you've been putting off that has nothing to do with fixing yourself and everything to do with just doing something. Book the lesson, go to the class, go for a swim. Your future self will appreciate that. Don't wait for the ache to pass. It might not. So I'm not doing a big reset this year. No dramatic reinvention, just a season and a few small things I decided to do in it. So if you're waiting for permission to start something small this summer, this is it. Tell me in the comments what you're finally doing on a random Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
The summer came for us and showed us what we